People who were born deaf but gained hearing later in life, what objects did you expect to make noise? 1. My friend got his hearing at age 6. He swears to this day that he thought flowers would make some sort of noise and that's what attracted bees. 2. I had a childhood friend who gained hearing and didn't realize you could control the volume of your voice. When I whispered to her, she said, "Hang on, I think I need to adjust my hearing aid." At first I just thought, oh, it must not be working, until I realized what was going on. She whispered to me for about 2 weeks straight just to practice. 3. My 3-year-old son is deaf and we just had a visit this morning from his signing teacher, who is also deaf herself. She recently had cochlear implants fitted. While we were talking and signing, she said, "I'm sorry, I can't concentrate. I can hear a horrible constant noise. It hasn't stopped the whole time I've been here." It turned out it was the rain on my conservatory roof. 4. My cousin was born deaf and underwent an operation to recover part of his hearing when he was 12. He sometimes uses hearing aids, but can get by without them. His family had a bunny. Of course, he had learned about cows mooing, cats meowing, etc. before his surgery. He was very shocked when he came home and greeted his bunny to find that it made no sound. It took him the longest time to understand that bunnies are pretty quiet animals in general. He explained that he thought all pets were loud. 5. My dad's lifelong best friend was born with hearing but lost it before age 2 due to health issues. He went his entire childhood deaf, and in his 20s finally got a hearing aid. At the time, he and his wife were living downtown in a large city. Apparently he had the hearing aid for about 2 weeks before he threw it out, saying everything was too loud. He hated the noise and sound, saying things were more peaceful without it. 15 years later, he moved out into the country on a few hundred acres of woods. Still, he refused to wear a hearing aid and kept refusing for the next 10 years. Finally his wife convinced him to give it a try and his mind was blown. He couldn't believe how quiet everything was and how much he enjoyed hearing. He explained that he had thought the noise of the traffic downtown was the wind and that it sounded like that everywhere, all the time. So for 25 years he thought wind sounded like the hundreds of cars driving by.